on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Benjamin J, and this is the home and the hub of anything and everything manga and anime related in my life. Now tonight we are doing yet another monthly wrap-up video where I let you guys know what I have been reading at the end of every month. And of course we are talking about the month of April 2020, and it is the fourth one of the year, and that is so exciting. The time feels like it's been flying. I don't know, maybe it's just me, you guys, but let me know. Okay, but before we go ahead and jump on into tonight's episode, I want to know what you guys have been reading, so go ahead and drop those titles down below and let's have that discussion. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into our first title of the evening, okay? Starting things off for the evening, I want to go ahead and talk about a series that I genuinely love. Now I have a review up for this series, and a little card should appear in the upper right hand corner if you guys want to hear my complete thoughts on the series we're going to be talking about. And of course, I am talking about The Way of the House Husband Volume 2. Now look at this cover, you guys. Oh my goodness, here is the spine. Now there's only 2 physical releases out in English. I believe the third one is coming out in 2020, so look forward to this one. Now this is a comedy romance, I would say, with some action in it. Now the story follows the immortal dragon, who is right here, who's an ex-Yakuza member who has pretty much given up his violent past to become a house husband. And I think the relationship between him and his wife, Miku, is the absolutely most adorable thing ever. It makes for such a wonderful read. Now this series, let's not, I'm talking about the romance, yes, but let's not, ignore the fact that this is downright hilarious. I breezed through this volume, I think in like half hour, maybe 30-40 minutes, absolutely enjoying every second of it, rereading certain chapters, and we'll get to that in just a second. And honestly, it's downright hilarious because he takes the mentality of being a Yakuza member into like these everyday mundane tasks that a typical, perhaps, let's say a housewife would go through. Of course, he's the house husband in this scenario, and I think it's so well done. You guys got to check it out. Now, the only downside I have with this series is that yes, the chapters are incredibly short. This is not the end of the world, but typically I haven't really seen this on sale all too much, and at full price, coming in I think at like $12.99. Now that's MSRP, so I don't know. I forgot how much I actually paid for this. Maybe it was around $10, $11. It's not the end of the world. No, it's not the end of the world, but for full price for such short chapters, that's the only downside I would ever possibly see on it. But I'm gonna pick it up nonetheless. It's really well done. I don't mind paying full price for high quality comedy, and I cannot wait for this to be adapted into an anime. Okay, so quickly moving on. When I picked up this next series, I got a lot of feedback from you guys down in the comments section of how happy you were that I was finally picking up this series, all right? I didn't know what to expect. All I knew going in was that a lot of my content creator friends here on the platform that you guys probably know of have recommended me this series ad nauseum, and I didn't know you guys were highly recommending it as well, and when I picked it up, I quickly found out what all the hype was about, okay? And of course, I am talking about Beastars Volume 1. Here we go, and there's the main character, Legoshi, which we'll get into in just a second. Here is the spine. So I read Volume 1, absolutely amazing. We'll talk about it. And Volume 2. Look at that, you guys, and I believe that is Lewis right here, who is a red deer, okay? Bada bing, bada boom, here is the spine, Volume 2. Now, what are my thoughts on this series? Now, obviously, best girl, Haru, she's on the cover of Volume 3. I haven't gotten there that far, but the scene that has been making its rounds on the internet is in Volume 2. I know what you guys are talking about. This series can get very steamy. This probably should not be for kids that are like under 16. What is the rating on this? Is it teen? Yeah, so it is teen. So what does that say? Older teen rating. So definitely gonna agree with that one. But yes, this is very I didn't expect it to be as intellectually stimulating as a series as it actually is. It's freaking crazy the amount of thinking that can happen and critical thinking that can happen when you're actually diving into this series, let alone the amazing character development that is happening and just well-rounded characters in general. So if you haven't picked up Beastars or you haven't checked it out on Netflix, you can watch the anime. The first season's out on Netflix, and at least if you're in the States, I know that for a fact. Go ahead and check out Beastars. Incredibly well done. More to come on this series as I actually get through it. Now, it was made aware to me from one of my viewers that the anime, I want to keep you guys informed that the anime is actually slightly ahead of the manga as of right now. Now, that will be, the manga will actually get ahead of the anime come the next physical release, I think sometime in summer. I could be wrong about that, maybe it's sooner. But as of right now, the anime is just a little bit ahead of the manga. Okay, now I do have volumes 1 through 5, I believe, and I think 5 is the latest physical release. So come volume 6 of Beastars is when it will actually get ahead of the anime. So food for thought. Now, I really enjoyed this one and expect some Beastars content here on the channel, okay? Great read, absolutely fantastic read. All right, so moving on to our next series. It's time for the meat and the potatoes of this video, and we're gonna be talking about, I believe this is gonna be one of my all-time favorite series. At least that's the direction that it's heading. This is incredibly well done for a romance. I did not expect to like this series as much as I am enjoying it. But let's just go ahead and talk about really quickly the Quintessential Quintuplets. Now, this month I went ahead and read volume 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And oh my goodness, you guys, this series is absolutely amazing. It's incredibly well written. Now, you guys can probably classify this as a shoujo, harem, romance, comedy thing, but I'm just gonna say, you know, genres aside, for it being this good, I was shocked, I was stunned, and I want more. Now, volume 8 is the latest physical release, and in my last stream, someone did make aware, or quite a few of you made me aware, that you can actually get all the way up to volume 11. Volume 12 will be dropping at the end of this month, April 2020, in digital format. Now, me being a person where I don't want to go ahead and buy things twice, and I very much prefer to read things physically, I'm just gonna wait for it to drop. I believe someone said, I think it was either 14 or 16 volumes in total for the completion of this series, so it's not that far out. I think I'm willing to wait for the physical releases, and I will proudly display these guys, or these ladies rather, on my shelf. Yes, so the question of the evening: who does Boogie Snacks think is best girl?
Welcome back to another segment of Best Girl with Boogie Snacks. Our first contestant of the night is our eldest sister, Ichika. Student by day, actress by night, she is devilishly clever except for at school. Now, our second contestant of tonight is the ever increasingly difficult to please second sister, Nino. Now, she might slap you across the face, but you might start like getting slapped across the face. Now, our third contestant of the evening is the ever so quiet, slightly nerdy third sister, Miku. Now, she might not be able to cook, but we still love her. Our fourth contestant of the evening is Yotsuba. She is a total mess, a total klutz, but she has a heart of gold and has a knack for being in the right place at the right time. Now for our fifth and final contestant, where the magic happened in day 1, chapter 1, with Itsuki, the fifth sister. She has a can-do attitude and is known for being increasingly stubborn.
And the winner is...
So for me, at the point of which I am at in volume 8, I'm gonna have to say without a shadow of a doubt, you guys, Ichika, and then second, very close second, Nino. Okay, now that is at the point of which I am at now. Ichika is the eldest sister, and I just love how her story is unfolding with Futaro, who is the main lead male protagonist, and I love it. I don't want to go into spoilers because if I start explaining why I like it, for those that haven't read the series, yeah, those are for sure going to be spoilers, and as well as for Nino as well. All of that stuff that gets pretty, you know, it's past the anime as well, so I really don't want to go ahead and say why, but if you have read up to volume 8, you pretty much may understand that. But I am genuinely curious, who do you find best girl in the Quintessential Quintuplets, and what are your opinions on the series? Now, I honestly cannot wait for volume 9 to come out, and believe me, I am holding myself back from picking up volumes 11 and 12 at the end of this month digitally, but I think I am gonna wait because I want to just collect them physical, and you know, you guys know how I am. I think we're gonna wrap it up here, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and support this channel, go ahead and mash that like button down below so I know that you guys are watching and I can continue to make more content just like this. And of course, as always, nothing has changed. If you would like to stick around for more content, go ahead and mash that subscribe button down below. We would love to have you here in the community. All right, you guys, yeah, so I think this was a solid month of reading. I got through, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 volumes. Now, that may not be a lot for some of you, but for me, that's a good few volumes of manga. And as you can tell, I absolutely fell in love with the Quintessential Quintuplets. So there may have been a lot of binge reading on that one, but yeah, I hope you guys will forgive me on that. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching once again. My name is Benjamin J, and I will see you in the next video. Good night, you guys.